Hi guys, so I've already done the introduction to this video and recorded 2 days of it, and it's all lost now. So welcome to day 3, which for you is day 1. I've already cut all the pieces and talked about the thing. So I'll put some B-roll up on the screen here. I have been wanting to make a shave horse. They're good for stick making, table, chair legs, spindles, that kind of thing. Also, let's say if a fella has found himself in the niche of making magic wands for people, also a good thing. But I also want to make spoons and stuff like that. YouTube has tons of videos on all different kinds of shave horses, and I found quite a few that I really liked, especially Mugens.
You're still here? After all my plugs and pleas for engagement? Gosh.
His was pretty incredible. One in particular really spoke to me, but from a channel called All The Hobbies, which also spoke to me, called The Ultimate Shave Horse, and I'll put a clip up about that now. Lo and behold, Mr. Hobbies made plans available for his fans that I purchased, even though he hasn't uploaded for like 7-8 years. The plans were still being hosted, so hopefully he got the money for that, and it didn't just go to some website's collective void. But anyway, I'm building the Ultimate Shave Horse. I've got, I'm skipping the stitch pony. This is just, I'm doing the shave horse head and the spoon mule from the video. So I already have all the parts for the components that I'll be using cut out and ready to go. I think I still have some layout to do as far as holes and where they go. Then we're gonna try to slap it together. Sorry, I'm out of it because I just, a few hours ago, a real good buddy of mine passed away. Like suddenly, way too young. And my heart breaks for his wife and the whole family, and for him, because he's just gone now. But life goes on, show goes on. Here we go. All right, this should be all the parts for the bench. I still have to cut the hardware though. Let me grab the plans. Thank you again, Mr. Wizard, aka Buddy, for letting me use your angle grinder. Since mine is missing, I'm holding out hope that their Justin Yeager still has it. I think I might have left it the last time. I know for sure that I used it was doing his garage door opener. So hoping that's where it still is. Handy Milescraft portable drill press thing, because I want these holes to be nice and square. There it is, because someone forgot to hit record again today, losing hours and hours of footage. I'll do the DIY Tiff face. Misty. I'm going back and forth. Welcome to day, I don't know. I'm going back and forth on the concept of taking the base apart, just to show you guys how it goes together. We'll see how much footage there is, I guess. We'll go by that. But this will be the horse head, the shave horse head. This is where you set your piece to carve on or shave, debark, whatever. Fancy nail laser tape measure. First sponsor. First item received from a sponsor. 2 down and 1/4 to that one. All right, all the layout's done. I'm gonna pop little pilots for my pilot holes. Since I don't have my center punch on me, I know I can start this little bit right on the mark. If I do that, the bigger bit should follow. Gotta get these tricky ones out of the way. I don't know if you guys can see through that or not, but nailed it. Nailed it. Believe it or not, this was actually easier at night because my drill bit would cast a shadow from the drill's view lights and they came to a point so I could see exactly where the bit was going to go. Now I just got a little shadow from the sun, which is still helping, but not as much as the darkness was. Hot, shredded. Holy cow, straight through. I'm getting better, guys. I'm getting way better at this stuff. Eyeballed it perfectly straight through. That is really hard to do. I gotta go find washers. See right back. Hardware. Oh, I didn't mark the foothold thing. Treadle pedal are the words I was trying to think of. The old treadle pedal. Treadle pedal was my nickname in high school. I don't know why. Oh, I forgot we got to bigify the holes too. So yeah, good thing I didn't start yet. This would have sucked. Did you know that wood is also a hammer? That's beautiful. Nice tight fit. You guys have no idea how happy I am with this finally coming together. I've wanted this for so long. I cannot wait to sit down and work something. Danny boy, the pipes are calling. All right, let's see what she do. Transition. Wow, amazing. We're back in the basement. I need 4 or 5 knobs, and I need to file down the ends. So here's what's happening. These are pins that are going to be used to hold things in place on there. So I'll be popping them out, popping them back in. So I need a knob on the end of that. And because the holes are the same diameter as these, there's going to be a lot of friction. They're going to be kind of hard to get in and out. So I'm going to take my file probably over at the Mox and Vise so I can do it indoors and not sweat my butt off out in the garage. But I'm gonna throw them probably in probably going to throw them in my Mox and Vise and file the ends to taper them to make them slide easier. Here we go! Here we go! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That feels about right. I do have some wooden balls on order. They're all teeny tiny, like marble is the largest. Like maybe 3/4 inch, and then down are the size of the ball. So they're not going to help me with this. So I found some cheap, like $2 ones. They should be here tomorrow, and then I can make actual handles. And I don't know if you guys will get that in the video or not. I still don't know if this was even going to be a video, considering I lost the entire first day and a half of footage. And then my idiot butt did not hit record once while I was putting it together last night. But again, it's not a video about the horse build. It was a here's what I'm doing so I can. And then I was going to demonstrate making the lawns and stuff like that for you guys. So I can more efficiently. I can make them now, obviously. I've made quite a few. But the best I have to work with at the moment is my Mox and Vise. And it's really hard to carve small, intricate detail things on a Mox and Vise. For me, anyways. Come at me in the comments. Or come at me in the comments about whatever. I don't care. Just come at me for something. We'll fight about it. and I'll win. I kid. Oh yeah, I was gonna lay out before I just fired it up. Oh well, I didn't show you guys any of that. I'm getting better at woodworking and worse at filming. I know I frequently make y'all nervous with how I operate most of the time. And that brings me joy, I'm not gonna lie. I like that I freak you guys out. It's nice that you worry about me. Here, Mr. YouTube guy, while you're talking about how you're bad at filming, how about you change the angle of your camera so your fans can see the action of what's happening here? We're about to make a whole lot of sawdust mist, or are we? Am I about to rig something up? You betcha. Ding ding. Pay no attention to that hose hanging from the curtain.
Needle, 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 needle.
That probably won't do much, but it might do something. Much better. Alexa, turn off the suck. Got a little bit of paste wax here on my rag. See if we can lubricate that blade and make it cut a little easier. Oh, Alexa, turn on the suck. Let's turn off the suck. What's today's date?
6/7.
That's my girl. Larry and AJ came down here just to ask me if I knew what the date was so Larry could go 6/7. It's June 7th, by the way. Oh, my family, I love them. Alexa, turn on the suck. We got one. Two. Damn. Okay. Stay there then. Three. You know what? I'm calling it there. Alexa, turn off the suck. Okay. I had, from a previous activity, had another one, slightly larger circle cut, but one of the pins is longer than the other, so whatever it's for, I'll stick it on that one. I do gotta bigify the hole though.
Blazing foe!
Which is no problem. It's a bigify. Quick Sandarooski. God, it's such a freaking mess down here. I gotta find a way to organize all this and clean it back up. Yay, we're done. We did it. Now, to file the thing. Taxes? Nope, haven't done that in 3 years. Really need to. I don't know how to do business taxes. Because I didn't understand it very well. Can't find my good file, so I guess we're gonna use my crappy pseudo-restored one. I'm about to just put the grinder on this. Yeah, I'm gonna take him to my grinder. Never mind, screw this, I'm not hand filing him. I have not tested him yet. Brush off the grinder. See how got this end tapered a little bit, and then just deeper the other side. So the knobs will go here, and then these should easily slide in and out.
Phrasing. Shut up!
Of the shave horse. They want it snug, but not too tight. Perfect. They don't come out easy. Perfect. That's what I want. Okay.
I'm missing a knob. Of course, it's round, so it could be anywhere. Fell and rolled away, fell and rolled away. I rolled away, fell and rolled away.
But to where?
This is frustrating. Like, how? It's a finite space, right? I get it's round, it dropped, it probably rolled, but like with such velocity that it's absconded to parts unknown, I like to think I would have noticed something like that transpiring in my basement. 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be 4 small and one. I only cut 3. I only cut 3 because I'm an idiot. I was like, oh, I'll use this for the yeah, right? Did I cut 4 out? I don't freaking know, guys. Let's count. 1, that would have been 2, 3, 4. Yep, I didn't cut out enough. Didn't cut out enough pieces.
Time for the quickie. One, 2, 3, 4, and Big Papa. Let's go.
We wish to extend gratitude and appreciation towards the most exalted and revered of the intelligent and attractive beings. Dinosaur, Ewok Burrito, who's also a member of Team Larry on Buy Me a Coffee. Kella Hope, Laura Shambrook, Steve G, Strange Quasar, and Rusty Marble. And a big old shout out to my personal dogs. Not enough Sage for this, Cheryl King, Gabby Traver, and many thanks to the long-standing and a hearty welcome to the new members of the Jerk Squad.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I love fairy flies. I caught one before.
Caught a fairy fly. AJ didn't believe me about them. They look like flying puffballs, like cottonwood or something. But then when you get up close, he's a little bug. There he goes. Bye, friend. This is what life's all about. Okay, so, off camera. I know. On purpose, though, this time. I drilled these holes because I realized that was in the plans and I skipped it. That's where the pedal and clamp thing attaches to. So, we're almost there. All I have left to do is make a seat that I kind of forgot about. So we're gonna make a seat real quick. I think that's big enough for my booty. I think these 2 boards will work. Let's go. Blam. We got a seat for my seat. Flip it all. Oh, is it not wide enough? Shit. So what if I do that? Okay. Solves all it is. Now let's try it. Hey, we got pieces, parts everywhere. Hey, kinda, almost. I might need a hammer. Sorry, editing Rick. Found a hammer. Good luck getting him out. That's oh shit, I forgot to do the up and down hole.
We're fixing on the fly, we're fixing on the fly. Hi, there you go, we're fixing on the fly.
Need a persuader. Okay, let's do something with it. Let's see. Now, what the heck is this thing for that I'm all excited about? I'm glad you asked. I brought stuff. You know me and my visual aids. And bonito. Abundanza. Hopefully you guys can see from there. Now, on the shave horse, I decided I'm unhappy. I'm gonna move this to here. Oh, nailed it.
Oh, she's tight. Like a tiger.
Yes, I see that from your tight pants. Yes, you are tight like a tiger.
Get in your home, you asshole.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. You can use many things. This is just a limb saw thing, wood saw. But Shinto rasp, this is a new, exciting hand tool to enter the woodworking world. Really hog off material with that. Spoke shave, probably one of my favorite little fellas. This is a knockoff of a Stanley, because I can't afford a good one. Straight draw knife, curved draw knife, restored draw knife that I got as partial payment for a job. It was a widow's late husband's draw knife in their shed. I asked her if she was doing anything with it, and she said she thought it was just for decoration. And I said, can I please take it home? It's a Diamond Edge. I don't know if that's the brand. I can barely see it. We'll start there. And here's a better one. I don't know if he'll fit in there at this juncture. Yeah. Stick goes onto horse head. Clamp. Hold stick in place. Now stick ain't going nowhere. That allows Dad to get in here and really just peel stuff back. You can just debark with it. This is the exciting part here, though, and here's why I brought my pole saw out. If I was doing this on my Moxon vise, like I said earlier, as has been my lot, I would have to, it's got 2 vice screws on it. I would have to unscrew both of those, then turn the material over, get it into a position I'm comfortable with, turn the screws back down, to be able to work on the piece. With this, look at that. Other than the sawing part, let's go back in time. Our dad was debarking, and then boom, look at this. Shoe, other side, ready to go. And I'm not screwing my wrists and my elbows, my arms up, having to turn screws. I can just catch and release, basically. That's a little closer than it needs to be to my chest. So you can see where this is a handy thing. Get all this bark off the end so I can show you what the other tools do. So the Shinto rasp, I don't know how well you can see that. It's essentially got this diamond-shaped grid of long, razor-sharp saw teeth on one side and very short, very fine saw teeth on the other side. So this is for your rough cuts, getting material off, and then this smooths it down. I don't know how you can see that, but I've got a bunch of tear out, split grain right here where the branch snapped. So I'm gonna just round that off. No particular reason other than to show you guys what this thing does and how great it is. This is essentially like using a Raspberry file, but much faster and more even. In my experience anyway. And look, we found the pith. It's pine. And that's one of the things I do with your job is expose the stuff. Pith literally I think means undesirable. I think it's beautiful. So let's say I'm making one of these fancy wands for somebody that likes Harry Potter or stuck in their witchy ways. And I want to expose that pith. There, I've gotten down to it. Now this is rough, it can still be smoothed. And that is where Senior Spoke Shave come in. And smooth it down. I want to see if you guys can see that. Can you see how, I don't know, with this stinking camera, I've got to get a better phone to record with. You see how it's rough right here? If I do that, maybe. See those whiskers sticking up? And all that down here? Now watch. It's going to be hard to do while I'm holding the camera. Alright, see our rough spots here? Maybe this will help. That's all rough. This is all rough, whiskery. The grain's sticking up. So then I take our spoke shave and just can't get him to sit where I want him. There we go. No, still not where I want him. There we go. Just shave it away. And as long as you're going with the grain, like I am, I'm gonna get that to show it before. There, see? Nice and smooth all the way down. This pith, this darker grain wood here, runs down the very center of the limb in the tree. So I'm gonna start peeling back until I get to that on this side. Matter of fact, no, let's do this like proper. If we're gonna make something out of it. This will show you the whole process front to back. How about that? This is not the most efficient way to saw a stick. I'm gonna do it anyway. That's because the straight horse has got a million uses. Oh, my arms. I'd switch, but sawing's still one thing I can't do left-handed. There we go. All right, you've seen the debarking. I haven't messed a whole lot with these newer draw knives I got. I got it when I was trying to learn how to sharpen, and I was even worse at it than I am now. Oh, that feels weird. I'm used to mine. It's got that radius on the edge. I may need to bring it down. Just bring it down. Yeah, you're Mr. Wasp. Yeah, well, that's nice. Now, bear in mind, this is my first time using these tools the proper way. I've always had to be in some kind of jimmied up situation. Or have used a draw knife before when I'm like working on decks and say a joist humps up to where it's crowned, so it kind of curves in a convex fashion. I'll take my, you can use a plane, but I've used draw knives before to just shave the joist down super quick, like a few minutes. Where with a plane, I'd have to work for, God, probably half an hour. The way I plane, but I'm still learning how to plane too. I'm not very good at it either. I've noticed I've been getting a lot better lately though, the more I've been practicing. I think it's because this is the most woodworking I've done consistently in a while. It was always like a, this is my hobby this week kind of thing, and then I'd move on to something else. Danged old ADHD polar syndrome and whatnot. I want to keep some of that gray in there. Draw knives are good for getting your initial shaping out too, depending on what you're wanting to do. What I'm here, let me show you what I'm trying to do. So I've got, let's try this. Here, I have my pith. And then down on the other side, damn Samsung's color correction. I don't know if you can tell, but like this whole arch right here, up and down, kind of shaped like a thumb, is like, it has a grayish hue to it. So I've got pith over here, gray back here. So what I'm trying to do, you can kind of see here, is curve this. So I'll have, it'll go from pine up here to pith, darker, wider pith, and then down here, almost like a handle suggestion, like a thumb shape, will be a gray bit. So I've got to hog this out to hump it. No. And kind of like curve the way I'm carving. Basically, keep going that way. So put a belly in it here, an underbelly in it, and then fatten it back out right here. I don't know. You'll see. I don't think anyone could possibly understand just how much fun I'm having right now and how happy I am. I have been watching guys on TV and in books and on YouTube use one of these things for over a decade now, wishing I knew how to make one or had the money to get one, and never did. Never had the skill or the resources. Well, now I got a whole bunch of scrap wood sitting around. It was just right. All I had to do was buy the hardware for this, and I think it was only like 13 bucks altogether. Went down to the hardware store. Got some all thread, some steel rod, a few nuts. I had the washers. Oh, I got my finger somehow. I'm not sure on what. All right, we're getting down to a good size now. I'll employ Mr. Shinto first to start putting the shape I want into it. If he'll hold fast, please, sir. Thank you. Most of these I start with a round, just like a round blank kind of thing, where I try to make the whole thing smoothish and get the shape to it. And mind you, before now, I was doing all this literally by hand. I didn't have anything to hold the work other than my moxon vise, and it's bad at it. So what I was doing was hand carving, like whittling. So this will speed up my production so much. I'll be able to do multiple wands a day now instead of one wand every couple days. That's going to be tremendously helpful. Now, I'm not trying to get my grain out yet. What I'm trying to do, like I said, is just smooth the whole thing over so it'll be easier to carve and shape with my spoke shave. I have a shape in mind. I want it to be kind of octagonal, but I'm starting with it cylindrical so that I can do with my spoke shave as I please at first. It's pretty good. The tool's pretty good about getting where you need it to, but anything too shallow or sharp, it's hard to get around. Thought this too would be a good idea for people to see. I know folks that don't get it will look at a $70 wand and go, oh my God, why? Well, if I spend, let's say it's an $80 wand. If I spend just 4 hours on it, that translates to $20 an hour for me, which is less than what I have to make to support my family. In a 40-hour week, I've got to make like $30 to $40 an hour to support the family. That's barely getting by. So this woodworking stuff is just a way to supplement our income so I can be doing something while I am at home, spending time with my family when I can. Even if I'm not fully present, I'm still with them. If they need me, we see each other, we have conversations and exchange data. This is a way that I can be home with them and still try to support them at the same time. Same with the YouTube stuff. It's an extra $200 a month that helps pay some of the utilities. Or, gets a few days worth of groceries. The woodworking stuff, I don't know how it's going to do yet. So far, somebody has wanted everything I've made. Not everyone can afford the stuff I make at the prices I'm charging, but I do make exceptions, of course. I hope you guys can see that. Like, I hope the detail's good enough you can see how the wood's going from like very whiskery, very rough down to silky, silky smooth. I should like to use Mr. Shinto on the butt.
Phrasing.
Mr. Shinto to the butt, please. Mr. Shinto to the butt. Okay, thank you, Mr. Shinto. Alrighty, Roo. So I just go over the whole thing, make it smooth. And I get it with the sandpaper. Now, here's what we're working with at the moment. So down here is the gray I was talking about I wanted to save, so we want to go really easy on this. We don't want to take much off there. Here's the pith. I don't want to go any deeper than that on top, but I do want to bring this down. It'd be great if I could connect it all the way to the tail end. So we're going to see what we can do there. So I'm just going to start kind of whittling away here. There's some. And this line is what I'm going to base the rest of the shape off of. And it's established. Here it comes. That's good enough. That's good enough. I'm getting into the danger zone now.
Would you say we'd be venturing into a zone of danger?
We're at the start of our polygon. I'm gonna chamfer the edge of that. I'm gonna chamfer the edge of that. Chamfer the edge of that. We're almost back around now. I like to get the base where I want it first. And then that lets me know what my starting point is with the tip. I made the mistake of doing tip first on one of them. It ended up where I carved it as such that I had wood at the tip that I wanted to be featured in the piece. But because of how thin the base got and the location of the piece I wanted on the tip, I'd screwed up and I'd thinned down the wrong side of the base. So then I had to take away wood that I thought was very desirable for that one. It still turned out looking great, I think, but could have been better had I employed this method. Okay. What have we got? 2, 4, 7. I've made a 7-sided shape. Fascinating. That's what it wanted to be. So that's what it is. I don't make the decisions. I just follow the story. I like this one. Simple, understated. What am I going to put into you? I know for many people that buy stuff like this, there's a spiritual significance to it. So I try to put a lot of intention into these, because you can tell by, if you look at the store, the descriptions I put on them, tell why I made the choices I did, what the wood told me, where it came from. Every piece has a story inside of it. Whatever I intuit out of the wood is what I try to put back into it. I'm going to think on that for a minute before I go any further. See, I put a lot into these, dang it. There's a lot of thought that goes into them, too. I'm going to go just look at it for a while. Look at the grain, see what it's telling me, and just see what I feel. I like to get to know them, you know? Yes, I love that. I love that. You guys probably can't see it, but the pith fingers out right here at the end. I'm not touching any more of that section. That is beautiful. It's like it's an outstretched hand, kind of. So this is what I mean when I say the wood tells me what to do, when to go, when to stop. I used to cock my ears like an old dog and be really confused when those woodworkers on the TV would talk about the grain telling a story. I'm like, okay. But then the more you work with the stuff, the more you start to see it. It really does. Each piece has a story of its own, just in the way it grows. Says something. Might take one more. I'm scared to touch the end. I think we're there. Doesn't have a name yet.
Why, sure it does, friend. It's called The Pith, and it's available at www.rickthejerk.com for only $25 plus shipping. Act now while supplies last.
Now we signed up to the grits, 120, 150, 220. Do this so I can see where I've sanded, where I haven't. I like to go across the grain my first time around, and then with the higher grits, I'll stay with the grain, especially when I water pop. I forgot my spray bottle. Rag. That's 120. And now the 220. Now we water pop. Now I already know this won't show up on camera because I've tried to show it before. My Galaxy 25 it will, on my 23, which is what I filmed with, it won't. But this is water popping, right? I think I've explained it before. But after you sand up to like 220 or so, now I use a mixture of water and 90% isopropyl alcohol because I'm an impatient bastard and I want it now. But you get it a little bit wet and then wipe it off and then let it air dry.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
That's why I use the alcohol, so it will evaporate faster. And that is enough to soak in and get those little guys to go ahead and stand up. And then what you do, 220, one mow again. But I like doing the last round by hand because then I can feel if there's anything in the wood that I might want to change. Definitely be made aware if there's any splinters, because I don't want to give a product that could hurt somebody away. Don't mind the sirens. My hands are starting to quit on me. I've already lost my pinky and my ring finger. The other ones are next. Yep. Here goes my middle finger. And there goes my index finger. Oh. Damn it. That's about done anyway. All right. Let's go get the money shot, shall we? The money shot. I am sitting in the broken chair. I just learned. It's okay. I think I'm centered anyway. There we go. So, citrus oil. Little drinky poo. Look at that. Beautiful. Sorry, I know I did that kind of quick. The pith I usually come across is a little more red than that. That one almost just looks like more grain, but it's that special little heart of the wood that I think really sets off pine sometimes. That nice contrast is it's usually redder than this, much more red. Almost like this silicone mat here, but more on the red than burgundy side. No wiperino. Again, I don't know if I will have included a clip in this video or not, but the reason I do mineral oil with another finish is most of your finishes, like hard oils, waxes, the polyurethane, varathane, shellac, those all cure. They harden at some point. Some take longer than others, but eventually at some point, even linseed oil reaches a hardness that protects. Mineral oil will condition the wood. It will moisturize it, but it won't actually do much by means of protection. It will help with water resistance, but beyond that, it never cures, so it always stays in some type of liquid form, that greasy film. So I like to go, I've been trying this tried and true lately, and I really like it. Also a fan of, Butcher Block conditioner and the bee one. I forget what it's called now. Wood Honey is also pretty good. A lot of great finishes out there. This is my first time using tried and true, and I really like it. I'm surprised at how thick it is. There we go. Just rub it all in there. Cut it out, perverts. Normally, for other pieces, like when I'm doing the cutting boards and stuff, I'll use a Scotch-Brite pad to apply this stuff, but with the wands, it's a lot easier to just go ahead and rub it on by hand, even though that creates a questionable situation for like me putting videos on the internet. I'm sure they'll come by the hordes eventually to mock me and make their crude jokes. All right, wait 1 hour and then wipe her off. But essentially, that is the ancient, the eternal. The ancient. I like that. Available for $20 in the Rick the Jerk Jud Job store. Wow, guys, this was a long one. Thank you for toughing it out with me. So this all goes on for like another 90 minutes of raw footage, all usable, but I didn't think that a 2-part shave horse build was a smart YouTuber move on my part right now, and I lost audio for part of the ending, so I'm just chopping it up here, pun unintended, but welcome, of course, for you guys to see a little of how I make what I call twin sister wands. So when one of my pieces come from the same tree, I call them siblings, brother or sister. When they're from the same branch or board, I call them twins. You guys watch me make the pith, her twin here, I call the knot. That part of the branch had a lot of knobby knots that I highlighted in the finished wand, and I think they're both beautiful in their own ways, and you'll see the incredible contrast here at the end after the shave horse footage. After all of this, I give the pith her final wipe down, and you can see the beautiful color change that the tried and true finish bestows upon the wood when I hold them up together. And then, of course, I wipe down this wand. I'm getting all of that out of the way now so I can leave you guys with my closing words and without dragging the video on too much longer. A quick thank you to all the members, of course, and to everyone that has bought something from the store. I'd ramble off the long link here, but that's not necessary anymore because our good friend Brent decided to be amazing and not just buy rickthejerk.com, but take it one further and set it up to redirect to the store for me, and then just handed me the keys to the domain. You guys and your generosity, you never stop freaking taking my breath away. Also, one last and very sincere thank you to all the people that have supported our fundraiser. You'll notice I decided to go ahead and take it down last Monday. I've already given some of my reasons, so I'm not going to re-explain myself here. I hate it as much as you guys that I wasn't able to get the surgery, but let's just keep our heads up about it and cross our fingers that I'll be able to soon. Maybe next year if things keep getting better. I don't know. But you guys were able to get us through me getting set up with the pain clinic and through AJ's surgery, so there was still some very impactful good done there. Don't forget that. Finally, I haven't said anything until now because I wanted to wait until after the services. God, I hate this. You guys recall earlier in the video I had mentioned losing someone close to me that day. Well, I'm very sorry. No, if I'm being honest, I am flat out heartbroken to say that the friend we lost was our neighbor, Mr. Savage. It was sudden, it was out of nowhere. Mrs. Savage found him in the backyard in the middle of the afternoon last week, unresponsive, and then I found the two of them and led paramedics back when they got here, but they were too late. We laid him to rest this weekend after one of the most perfect obituaries and beautiful services I've ever attended. The whole family's been lost without his cheerful hollers from over the fence. Hey, neighbor, for the ladies, and what are you doing now, Savage? For me, and whatever project I was working on. We all miss him terribly, and all of our hearts go out to Mrs. Savage and the whole family. That's another big part of why I took the GoFundMe down too. I want that space to be available to people like Mrs. Savage and others in my life when they need me. I'm in a unique position to help the people that I care about with all of you amazing people behind me. And when they reach out, I want us to be there for them. Because you guys all know, probably better than most, how we're all fighting battles every day. Inside our minds and bodies, and some that other people couldn't even fathom. That's why kindness is so important. Why telling the ones you care about that you love them while you can is important. You never know when the last I'll be seeing you will be the last one. That, friends, is why I always end my conversations or long statements the same way. Because I want to be able to always say that the last thing I said to one of my people was telling them that I love them. Because I do. And more than that, I'm proud of you, all of you. And if nobody else has told you today, you can be damn sure that me and birthday girl baby Larry will always be here to tell you that you are doing a good job. And that we love you guys. And while I may always say bye, what I really mean by that is just that I'll be seeing you.
You're drunk, Daddy.
Thank you, baby.